July 11, 2018, 9:52 p.m. A broken drawer on Sen. Claire McCaskill's DMO RV is now fueling her persistent private plane problem to the tune of 7 figures in Missouri. After the Democratic incumbent was caught taking her plane between stops on what her campaign billed as an RV tour last month, McCaskill came clean, explaining, "I was on the RV so much that the broken drawer drove me crazy. It might have been cheaper to just fix the drawer." McCaskill's plane is a recurring theme. Back in 2011, she admitted to failing to pay almost $320,000 in back taxes on the aircraft, and had to reimburse the federal treasury more than $88,000 for using taxpayer money to cover the cost of roughly 90 flights. On Wednesday, less than a month after the RV dust-up, Missouri Rising, a state-based affiliate of America Rising Squared, launched a 7-figure campaign boosting a 30-second television ad that featured the controversy. Framing the senator as a Washington politician, the spot mentions McCaskill's 30 years in office, and describes her as an out-of-touch multimillionaire. McCaskill billed taxpayers nearly $76,000 for her personal private plane flights, jet-setting between her sprawling Missouri mansion and her multi-million-dollar condo in D.C., says the narrator. Now, McCaskill's misleading us, claiming to be on an RV tour of Missouri, but using a private plane between stops. Dishonest, out of touch. McCaskill is out for herself, not us, the ad concludes. McCaskill's likely Republican opponent, State Attorney General Josh Hawley, is working to cast her as an elite political insider, and has made the cultural gulfs between Missouri and coastal centers of power a defining campaign issue. Flying around the state on a private plane would have helped Hawley's case enough, allowing him to harp on her personal wealth and bring up the back taxes and treasury reimbursement. But doing it between stops on the RV tour is already proving to be a costly and unforced error for McCaskill, who gifted Republicans with an opportunity to question both her honesty and her ability to relate to the working class. With his historic nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh to serve on the Supreme Court, President Trump just delivered yet again on his promise to voters to nominate only judges who respect and uphold the Constitution. Kavanaugh is an exceptional jurist, an originalist in the mold of Antonin Scalia and Neil Gorsuch. This is wonderful news for the pro-life movement. Sen. Claire McCaskill, DMO, is swamping her Republican challenger, State Attorney General Josh Hawley, in the crucial fundraising battle in Missouri, but it might not make a difference. A group of GOP senators introduced a resolution Wednesday to condemn calls to abolish the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, a move that comes as Democratic lawmakers in the House are preparing legislation that would eradicate the agency. The simple truth is that unless President Trump pushes the Europeans hard, they will keep treating NATO as a joke and succumb to Russia's energy blackmail strategy. The House on Wednesday rejected a push from Rep. Jim Langevin to let his state join the Mid-Atlantic Fisheries Management Council, which regulates several species of fish that are caught mostly by fishermen from Langevin's home state of Rhode Island. A month was all it took for Seattle City Council to repeal a head tax the council passed in May. Over on the East Coast, D.C. City Council members moved on Tuesday to repeal a ballot measure voters approved in June, raising the $3.89 hourly minimum wage for tip workers to $15. Despite being hubs of progressivism, both cities were amusingly quick to walk back the bad policies. Wasteful spending is a heck of a drug. The wife of former Trump campaign foreign policy advisor George Papadopoulos is expected to appear before the House Intelligence Committee on July 18, according to a report. On Wednesday, the Senate warned Trump with a non-binding resolution on abusing his ability to implement tariffs on the basis of national security. The resolution is a motion to instruct that tasks senators working with members of the House on a spending bill to include language providing a role for Congress in making a determination under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act of 1962. The resolution, which passed 88-11, is clearly a nod in the right direction of Congress wresting its constitutionally granted control over trade and tariffs back from the president. A warning, however, is not enough. Former FBI lawyer Lisa Page may find herself in contempt after not appearing Wednesday on Capitol Hill, despite a concerted effort by her attorney to explain her no-show. Rep. Linda Sánchez D. Calif is reaffirming her previous statement that the top three Democratic leaders in the House should step aside and make way for a new generation of leaders. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the 28-year-old socialist who beat a 10-term congressman in their Democratic primary to represent a congressional district in New York, has won another surprise election. A House spending panel Wednesday approved a measure that would allow illegal immigrant children to remain with parents at border detention facilities. The House on Wednesday unanimously approved a resolution supporting NATO just hours after President Trump rebuked Intergovernmental Military Alliance. New technology offers new modes of government surveillance. Today, the collection of telephone metadata, thermal imaging, and GPS tracking, among others, are all real threats to the privacy of American citizens. Given that the applications of these capabilities as a governmental tool for monitoring citizens have already come before the Supreme Court, Judge Brett Kavanaugh, if confirmed, will likely make similar decisions. Americans who value their privacy and civil liberties should study his paper trail on Fourth Amendment cases. What they will find is a troubling record that points to a judge who is likely to side with vague justifications of security over liberty. Despite his massive cash advantage and national profile, Randy Bryce is in a dead heat with Kathy Myers just over a month before the two are set to face off in the Democratic primary for the seat of outgoing House Speaker Paul Ryan, according to a new poll obtained first by the Washington Examiner.